Cal.
Cal. Okay.
Colbinson, but just Cal's fine.
Cal. Okay. Is there? I don't think there's anybody else that's brand new here. Anyway. Well, thanks for coming. Thanks
if
for
anybody
coming
has
by,
any questions for me, my office is in Hardy. If you guys want to come in for a tour, I'll give you some free samples about our products. They're all natural. We've been in business almost 2 years. Right off 62, right by Village Inn, by the Purple Frog. Big live flies deal. Right over there. So, yeah, if you're curious, just want to know more, just stop on by the office. All right, I'm there 9 to 5. Monday through Friday. All right, guys. Nice meeting everybody.
Thank you, Mike. So, how do you figure success? What do you figure successful beekeeping? I get a magazine every month called Successful Farming. I don't normally read it too much, but successful farming. How do you see yourself as a successful beekeeper? What is your success? Just keep them alive, right?
Keep them alive, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right now, it's about 50-50.
Well, I kind of say in beekeeping, success doesn't just happen. You have to get in the fight. You have to get in there first and get your hive, right? Most of y'all have already got in there. You got your hive, you've got your suit, you've got your little smoker, and you've kind of got started. You're starting to watch some videos. You learned about some equipment and so forth. So you got to get in the grind, so to speak. There's some people who just have the bees, and I call them bee havers. They're not beekeepers yet. You got to get in that box. Look in there. We're going to look at some of the equipment now. My ways are not always the way everybody else does it, okay? So we're going to look inside that box over there. I do have a observation beehive here. Mr. James said he thought he found the queen, and I looked, and we determined there maybe is a queen inside here. This was a 5-frame nucleus colony that I started in the spring. It was a survivor colony. Approximately had 3 frames of bees and a good queen, and it just took off. I did not feed these bees this spring at all. So they was in a 5-frame box like this. I added another 5-frame box. That thing fell off. The light is still on, but nobody's home. There we go. How's that? Can you hear me now in there? So there was so many bees in this. When I checked them, I added another 5-frame nucleus colony on it. So you got 2 5-frame boxes, which is the same as your 10 frames Longsworth hive. That's 10 frames. Bees seem to me, for me, they go up. Now I do it with I do have a few 10 frame boxes, but mostly, and I've told you all this before, I pretty well concentrate on the 5-frame boxes because I can lift them up. I put me a handle almost on everything like this because that little handle right there, if you've got a heavy box, I can't, it hurts my hands, I can't lift it up. It might be my age. When I was a youngster, I would take 2 of those and put them in the back of the truck, but one of these is all I can handle. So this hive here, it was so strong, I was out of the little honey super, so I put another 5-frame on it. So that made me 15 frames I checked it today, and it was just packed with bees, packed with brood, top to bottom. And so I took 2 frames and put them in the observation hive, and I might have got that queen. We think we saw a queen a while ago. We don't know, but we think we did. So that is my way of doing, and I said to someone else here, the big downfall on doing it this way, they can get pretty tipsy. So you have to be careful. My cows have knocked them over. The wind has knocked them over. But it's kind of the way I do it. Yeah. And, well, this is Lonnie's cheap way of doing it. This was a garage door. Dawn came to the house and I showed her this, and she's, oh, that's so neat. So it was a come off of that hive there, and the bees don't get hot. You know, it's just something somebody threw it away. I picked it up and I made a bee lid out of it. You know, put a rock on it. So this hive over here was started with 3 frames with a queen cell on 412. On 421, I went back into the hive. I cut a queen cell out of it and put it in another box. On 427, I didn't see the queen, but I had lots of brood and lots of bees. What more could you ask for, right? You don't have to find the queen every time you go into a hive. If you find brood like this, and even if you find just a little bit of cells with larvae in there, you know you got a queen. It's there. How can you find a queen or know if you're queen type, even if you didn't open the lid? Well, yes.
Possibly the amount of pollen coming in.
There you go. Okay, bees feed the baby bees pollen and honey, and called bee bread. And so if your bees are bringing in pollen, 99% of the time you've got a queen inside your hive. So you don't have to really, oh, where's my queen? You know, you don't have to find her every single time. She's going to be in there if you bringing in pollen. So with this hive here and those frames, so I just scraped the bees off. There's a bunch of bees in here. So let's see if I can kind of give y'all an idea. This was drone comb, and excuse me. So one of the ways of finding out if you've got any mites is when you've got this drone comb and you pull that larva out of there and you look it over, and if you see any little black specks on that drone, excuse me, I'm sorry. Cook them things. We'll eat them later.
It fell right through the grill.
Oh, man.
Gonna have to have some foil.
So I haven't found a mite yet. I did see one earlier. Something you really don't want to find in your drone. See them? You can see them from there, can't you? So,
One more time over here.
no, you don't. But
I'm trying to focus on him. There he is. Wow. Okay, thank you.
okay, so you got Burcombe. Usually the Burcombe, they're going to place the drone cells. The queen is going to lay in there. And that's normally where you're going to find a lot of your mites. So scraping all that off and getting rid of the drone, you just help your mite count by getting rid of that. So I have, in a hive, I've put a honey super, and I let them draw that drone comb out the bottom. I have a big hunk of drone. This is in a 10 frame or nucleus colony. And so that's empty space. And so they're going to draw that all out into drone comb. You can almost guarantee it. It won't be regular comb. So you pull that out and you've got all them drones. You scrape that off. You just helped your mite load, because that's where the mites are going to lay is in those drones, because a drone takes how many days?
They're the longest, aren't they?
Right.
26, 28 days? Am I remembering wrong?
Pretty well. A queen is 16 days, a worker bee is 21, and a drone is approximately 24 days. 24 days. So that's where the mite wants to lay, is in the bottom of the drone cells. And so by scraping that off, you just helped your mite load. And they have some called green frames, and the cells in the green frames, they're going to draw all of that out into drone comb, and then you can dispose of it. But I find this is a new way that I've been doing. I put this in my regular hive, and they draw it out, and then I just scrape it off. I wished I would have brought one with you. Okay, let's look at some drone comb. Can you see the difference here? See how big those cells are versus a regular cell? And that's where the drones are going to lay, is in the, we call it burr comb. I call it a misfire here. They didn't pull it out the way it should. I pulled it out. And so 9 chances out of 10, that's where they're going to lay the mites, is in that drone cell. It's a little bigger. The cells are bigger than your worker cells. You can see them from here?
No, we're talking about the difference in the frame.
Well, the size of the comb is what we're talking about. The cells. So the size of those drone cells right here versus a worker cell or the honey cell. Pretty big difference, right? So that's where they're going to.
Oh yeah, they're a lot bigger.
So you can look on the observation hive and you can see some drone. I've scraped them off of the bottom of these frames, put them in here. These bullet-shaped ones on the bottom are all drone cells. The brown ones you see right there are worker bees fixing to emerge. Okay? Any questions on that? So, can you see a benefit maybe of scraping off your drone burr comb stuff?
But if you don't have a smaller frame, if you've got a full depth frame,
Yeah.
you got to go in and find that drone cell inside the other phone.
No, you don't have to do anything with it. I mean,
Well, if you want to get rid of the drone.
yes. Well, yeah, but you're not going to take your brood frame like this right here and hunt each of them drone and scrape them off. I have seen people do that. It's very unnecessary. Just kind of let the bees take care of it. And, but you can see the bullet shaped things right here. Those are drone. And anyway, that is burr comb drone stuff.
Yeah, with the mite. Was the mite still alive?
I suspect it was. Now, by me destroying and scraping it and disturbing that cell, it killed that drone larva, of course.
Right.
And it's, yeah, more than likely it's going to die. I mean, it was capped, it was sealed off. It's going to emerge with the drone, and then it'll attach onto the bee, and it sucks the fat out of the bee.
Make it not fat anymore?
Yeah, so we could start a whole industry of sucking out fat. I think somebody's already done that, right? So you know, my brain goes and it's going 90 miles an hour lots of times. So I started, I always, I don't have enough B tops. I don't have enough bottom boards. So I started making my bottom boards as a top. Now I do it for those right there. So there I have a B top. And lots of my B tops have a hole in them. And I use these 1 gallon buckets, free. I have little tiny holes poked in there. I fill that with sugar water. I have a hole here, and I feed my bees my starter nukes, usually a full bucket like that, and I don't need to feed them again. I don't need to open a hive. I don't need to look. I put a rock on it here to hold it down where the wind don't blow it, and they suck that down. How easy is that, right? So
Gravity pull it down too? How do you size the hole?
I use just little tiny holes, and the bees let.
It's like a 1/16 hole. A needle's not a 16.
Yeah. So my B top becomes a bottom board also. You see how that is right there? So I have one size fits all. I don't have a difference between top and bottom, but I'm going to this method. It kind of helps me. It's real simple to make. And so my bottom board is also my top board if I need it. Now I'm all about used scrap. I don't buy anything. This was a cabinet door of some cabinets that somebody throwed away, and I said, oh, I can make a top or bottom out of that, and lo and behold, there it is. So I love making beehive equipment about as much fun as I do bees. But anyway, so my top becomes my bottom board also. And so you can paint this and make it more durable and make it weather resistant. If you'll take your bottom, your hives and tilt them just a little bit, all that water will run off. The bees don't care, and it works for me. Almost all of my hives, I like to have a handle, such as this. And for me, it helps. Okay, if I have a friend on the other side and they've got that handle, hey, it's always nice to have a friend. Okay, how many is ready to look inside a hive? It's starting to get darker. So let's go inside this hive and see what it's like. Did anybody bring the veils? Okay. Get your veils and we're going to look inside a hive.
Well, this is liquid smoke and water, 50-50.
It's less than that.
Little less than
It's about
50-50.
It's about 3 ounces of liquid smoke and about 9 ounces of water.
And
So 3 to 1.
this is not my.
That's not what you use.
I didn't come. Yeah, I used, but I didn't come up with this idea. Jimmy Smith, who's a commercial beekeeper around here, I guess more of a commercial pollinator than anything else. He came over to the house at camp. Yeah, he came over to the house and he had some. He said, "I guess you know about using this, don't you?" And I said, "Well, I put a little on my veil and stuff around. It seems to work." He said, "Watch this," and he sprayed the bees, and they just kind of go with
in
the
the hive?
On the
Yeah.
hive.
sprayed it on the top of the frame.
Like you'd use the other smoke.
Yeah.
You use
To
it
drive
like
the
you
bees
use
down?
smoke, yeah.
It's
Son
a
of a
mist, not a
gun.
stream, right?
No,
Yeah.
you'll see
It's a mist.
It's a very fine mist. See?
All right. That's
So where do you get that nozzle? Is that a special nozzle?
Well, I'll tell you
it's just
what.
a
I
nozzle.
picked that nozzle up. That's a Walmart.
That's a grilling
spray
bottle.
grill. Full
Yeah.
water in your grill.
Yeah, that's for grilling.
Check it out.
So watch this now. Just a little bit on like that, and they just kind of just melt. I went over and tried, picked out 3 hives that none of them had queens in them, and I took that and tried that, and it just blew my mind. I mean, they just like, well, do what you want to do, and then let me know.
There's your
Okay.
brood. There's your comb.
There's
Yeah,
the
your
drone.
brood right there.
Yeah, it's a lot of drone on that.
Now, When I scrape that off, I've killed a bunch of mites. This is all honey. This frame is pretty heavy. Look at all that honey they brought in so far this year. Now, I just started doing it that way. This is kind of new to me. Is that queen doing a job or what?
She is working hard.
Look at her do it. Look what she's done. Can you see all that brood? Got honey up here. You've got it all.
So is this your hive?
Yeah, this is one of my nucleus colonies. This was started 3 frames. March, what did I say, 12?
I think that's what you said.
You're about to lose some bird comb off the side over here.
Or it's queen cell.
Again, boy, she's just hitting it. This is drone.
Nectar.
Water.
This is drone cell. These are all worker bees. There's a little button here, but it's not been what do you call? It's nothing. It's okay. Let's look a little more, huh? I didn't see the queen. Did you guys see the queen?
I think I did.
I don't
You think
ever
you
see
did?
the
I
queen.
think.
I have only ever seen my queen once, and that's the one off my new hive.
Sorting them out with my fingers. I can't.
Some of you.
I used to be pretty good at queen spotting, not anymore.
I can see this.
It's a Where's Waldo.
That's what
It's a Where's Waldo.
That's exactly right, Stuart. Yes, beauty. Look at that. Did you see her?
Find that queen.
Wait. Coming around. Did you see her?
Nope.
Ah, she's on the backside.
Will the real queen please stand up?
Yeah.
Put a red dot on you, please.
Okay, so if this was your hive, you was going to place them, would you put them in another 10 framer right away? This one's ready, would you not say?
Oh, yeah.
I would, yeah.
Need some room.
This guy needs some room like right today. This is the last frame. It looks like it's just mostly all they're filling it with nectar. How many people's got stung so far?
None today.
Uh-huh.
Took the stingers off, right?
Yeah, that's not her right there, that little new queen.
Yeah, it's the right color. The abdomen's not big enough.
Would that be a virgin queen right here, folks?
She looks like she's a queen.
Yes.
Did you
Yes,
find
I'm
her?
gonna say so.
Yeah.
Where's that?
I'm going to
Point her
say
out.
so.
Oh, that's her. Yeah.
That's a new queen right there.
Oh, cool.
Where's the old queen?
That's a good
She already
question.
gone? Did they kill her?
It's time for that split.
Yeah, down fought. She's not there anymore.
You don't think
Did
so?
everybody see her?
Yeah.
Did you see her?
Oh, that is so
Right here.
Yeah.
Brood is amazing.
Isn't it beautiful?
And you know,
You're
and we look
handling them
over
first
so
time
many
in a
times
little
and just
while.
don't see
In a
them.
minute.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's like a Where's Waldo.
Yep.
And you know how hard those are.
Mhm.
Oh boy. Hey,
My
mother
is like the
original Mother Nature.
yeah.
I'm not even saying
So,
I caught it.
how many is willing to try this method here on the drone?
I will do that. Yeah.
Huh?
I'm gonna try that.
Real simple.
Because I bought a whole bunch of used boxes that were honey supers, and so I have a whole bunch of frames.
So, do we scrape it now or later?
should scrape it now, I guess.
If it's capped, scrape it.
It's not all capped, though.
Don't scrape it then.
Let's just wait a day or two.
Got some good honey on
What
there.
that does is get you more mites. You wait longer.
Oh, Lord.
Maybe, yeah.
Brian.
Okay.
Mom sat down there.
How many days did you kill?
I never saw a 74-year-old woman.
I think 4.
You don't, there's not too many to worry about.
So Normally, I would have a ventilation box, a ventilation hole with a screen. When I plug them up to move them, I just use a piece of foam. I think these cost like $1, $1.50. I just cut them, and they fit so good in the entrance and seals it right up.
That's what you sent my beef on.
Yeah. Okay, so that hive was started on 4/12, April the 12th. So on 4/21, I went in, I stole the queen cell and put it to another hive. So that queen cell hatched out, the ones that were left. On 4/27, there was lots of bees, brood. I sealed it up, it was fine. And so then we see it today. So it's took a month, 30 days. And we had 3 frames of brood when we started. There's 4, and it's full of brood. The queen is mated. Okay, I cut it out with a pocket knife. I was real careful not to injure or hurt that queen cell. And it's not easy to do, but if the cell is in the right location, you can do it. And normally there will be several queen cells in a hive, and you can make a division pretty easy that way. That's how I really like to make my divisions. I like to use sometimes other people's bees because I want the genetics different than what I've constantly had in my neighborhood. So any questions on that? Easy breezy? Everybody knows it all right now, right? And so Dawn keeps track of our website. She videotapes a lot of this stuff, and it's played over and over. Different people look at it, and so when you do look at it, give us a thumbs up that you saw it, and let us give a comment that you saw the video. We do have a drawing. What are we drawing for on the first round?
There is a block of 1 pound, a 1 pound block of honey.
And wax. Nothing. Okay, this is free wood that I cut out. It's just same as this little box right here. It just don't have the handles. All you got to do is glue it and put it together. Real simple. Worth approximately $12.
Okay.
All right. I should say, here, you put it together.
That'll be what will be happening.
Yeah, you're right, I will.
All right.
All righty. Let's go for the swarm bucket next.
Okay, this is a bucket which I won at the Arkansas State Beekeepers Association last year. I never used it. How many remember seeing the video of how I had the 5-gallon bucket on the stick? And
I was there.
ah, you was there. Okay.
Orange bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, last 3.
All right. Wallene, I want to see that on video when you catch your swarm and you put it in this bucket, okay?
Thank you, Lana.
Only use this bucket for swarms now.
Okay. All righty. How about for that 1 pound block of beeswax?
Worth $10. We sell these for $10 a pound. This is 1 pound of wax. How many can use a pound of wax with your bees and stuff?
We've got some for sale over there too, if you want some.
If you need any wax, I got
That's
some.
what you wax your foundations with?
Yes.
At the torch.
Yes.
Okay, let's pull again.
There you go. And you know, you can use this on tools. You can use it on your table saw. Just a little light bit of wax makes that slider.
If you buff it afterwards with a little white oak sawdust, I mean, slick.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, do you know what these are?
Yep.
This is an uncapper. You roll that. A dog scratcher. Nora, I hope you win this one. Pay your dues.
Okay, we got
One more time.
Well, 2 more times.
Well, we'll just. Do not be rubbing this on the cats.
No, I was gonna do it from back.
939.
Okay, we got cream and sugar, and I'm gonna call it a honey pot instead of a cream
I
and
think that's a
honey.
perfect idea.
We're not gonna call it sugar. It's a cream and honey pot.
Ready?
Going once.
Okay, you have another chance. We're gonna. Okay, you give it to her.
We have one more thing.
One more thing.
We have that hive stand right over there.
Ooh, nice.
The hive stand.
Nice.
That's a $30 value.
953. Yay!
I hope y'all enjoyed our outing today. I think it's the most fantastic picnic bee meeting we've ever had. Thank you for coming.
Adios.
Bye. We'll see y'all on the next video.